welcome to another Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday, as well as Coffee with Kilroy. Yes, you're getting a twofer today, actually in more ways than one. Not only is this a Coffee with Kilroy, which I sometimes call beverage and a book. My beverage, well, I think you know what that is. And my book, or should I say books, is part of the twofer. We're getting both sci-fi and fantasy, this being the fantasy and this being the sci-fi. I recently went to my friendly local gaming store recently had an auction, and I actually was going to be out of town that day with my daughter at her swim championship. So I did a pre-bid, and I rarely win what I want to win at an auction, even when I attend. But when I do pre-bids, it's even more doubtful. But this was the only thing I won, was a bundle of Karthun, Lands of Conflict, and Ironsworn Starforged. This was a bundle. I bid on it and won it, and got a really great price on this. So this will end up going into Kilroy's bargain because it was practically a steal. Now, this one might look familiar, Ironsworn Starforged, because I've covered it, and I'll put a link to my coverage of that in the description. So why did I bid on it again? Well, it was just too good to pass up. These are both books, retail for $40-50. And so I bid what I thought was a reasonable price and got it, and it was very, very low. So I do now have an extra copy of Ironsworn Starforged. Don't know if I'll keep it or if I'll do it as a giveaway. Why don't you let me know what you think I should do with this? Because this is a really good game, kind of a solo role-playing game with a little bit, kind of a little bit of a skirmish feel to it as well. Anyway, so this is the new book that I've got, Karthun, Lands of Conflict, and this is basically a role-playing setting. This is a world. It's not tied to Dungeons and Dragons or Fate or, name your fantasy role-playing game series or system. It's not tied to any of those. You can use this with any of those in that regard. So let me have another sip of coffee. Move this out of the way so we can get a closer look at Karthun, Lands of Conflict by Brian Patterson and Tracy Barnett. Look on the back here. Karthun needs heroes. Will you heed the call? Let's go a little bit closer so you can read up on that. Karthun was once a land of peace and prosperity. Then the release of the world fire and the breaking of the plains ushered in the age of conflict. Now rulers wage war against the legions of the three demon kings, ravenous undead horrors, and each other. Karthun needs heroes to stand against the darkness, but to be a hero in Karthun is to be a legend, for even the gods can perish here. All that awaits the fallen is the cold embrace of the mother of the dead. Karthun Lands of Conflict is an extensive epic fantasy setting for use with your favorite systems, such as Fate, D&D, or Savage Worlds. You must own a system book of your choice to play. Inside, you'll find plenty of character ideas, locations, and NPCs to send your characters on adventures galore. This book includes plenty of international strife and potential controversy to fuel political intrigue plot, an extensive spy network designed to support campaign espionage, and warring nations to build epic battle campaigns. Smaller location and story seeds to support one-shots or shorter campaigns. Sample bestiary including new creatures like the World Fire Hound and the Spine Snatcher for your adventures to defeat. A variety of potential player character races and classes, including a new race, the Iln, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, as I'm apt to do. Karthun technologies to bring a new twist to the standard fantasy campaign, an adventure template to help you build your campaigns, as well as a starter adventure, The Black Cabinet. This is from Evil Hat Productions. So, nice thick bound book here. As I said, I saw these two together and as a lot, so I bid it on it. I bid on like 6 items and got blown away on the other ones, but got this one and I'm happy. So let's take a look inside and see what we have here. Here is your table of contents, which is basically what you're going to find in the book here, of course. There's an introduction, there's religions. I mean, this is a campaign setting, so you're gonna have all the context and background that you need for that campaign. Here are the races of Karthun, cosmology, Karthun's history, nations of Karthun, factions of Karthun, time and technology, adventuring in Karthun, monsters of Karthun, notable NPCs, adventures, and an index. So quite a bit of context, background, and everything you would expect to find when world building. Here's an introduction. Here is Karthun proper. Dorian, I guess, is the continent, the last continent. Secret origins of Karthun, and this basically is a little bit of background here that the author, the first ideas of Karthun are ideas which would eventually become Karthun, formed in the summer of 1988. I was 11 years old with about a year's worth of D&D under my belt. So that's the origins of this kind of cool story there. Takes me back. Religions and 5 things to know about the gods. They can die. So this is kind of like Norse mythology, I guess. The gods can die. They're not omnipotent, and they don't talk about their existence before Karthun's creation. So there's secrets. There's secrets to be had here. So talking about the gods of Karthun, going a little bit of detail on them. Here's the smith. So everything you would expect to find when you're building a world, you got to build it from, the beginning or its origin story, which usually starts with gods, but not always. Not always. Here are the races of Karthun. We've got gnome, dwarf, elf, 2 different types of clans. Iln, which is a new race, lizard folk, elf, a 3rd elf clan, and human. There you go. Talks a little bit about each of those races. Looks like the Iln are kind of elemental or, nature type based creatures possibly, or race possibly. Here's the cosmology. So we have the dead going on here. So we got a Karthun and we have the shadow. So we got like a parallel world possibly going on there. Got some cartoons in here. That's cool. Here's the history. I love a good timeline. There is a timeline there. Karthun. For if I had $1 for every time I started a historical timeline for a fantasy world, I'd be retired by now. All right, nations of Karthun. So you got a little background, and it gives you the capital, the ruler, the coinage, the government, the religions, and a little bit of background on it, and of course a map. Pretty cool. We'll go through each one of these. This is just supposed to give you an overview of the book, so quite a bit of background in here. Yeah, we're still into the Gazette, the geography and history of these different areas. Okay, you got images throughout, and they have this kind of a consistent art, which is a little cartoonish. Oh, these are, I guess, notable NPCs that are in here possibly, if I recall correctly from that section. Here's time and technology. Here is adventuring in Karthun. Let's get you different areas there. Talks a little bit about some of the classes and some of the magical items. Cool. Very nice. Here's adventures. So I don't want to spoil this, but I think you get at least 1 or 2 starter adventures in here. Oh, wow, I didn't realize this was in here. Surprise to me. So you get a map in here too. I'm not going to have enough room for the map, and I don't want to spill my coffee. On that map, got a fold out here. So this is bonus material. So there you have it. There is, oh, it's a lot bigger than that. So I'll go up a little bit so you can see the map, and it folds out even more. This is just the southern part of the continent. Very cool, very nice. I didn't realize I had that in there, so that's bonus. Anyway, so there you have it. It's a whole world in a book, with its religions and its politics and its history and its timeline and its characters and its mysteries. And it says it's got a spy network in there. It's intrigue, everything in one book to pick up and add to your campaign. You can do a whole use this as your baseline, and you don't have to make up your own campaign. Of course, I found most of my enjoyment with role-playing. I spent more time building worlds and characters and thinking about it than I did playing it. I was just one of those kind of people. So I really didn't need a lot of, pre-bought worlds, but for the price, this was well worth it and kind of interesting. So love to know your thoughts on this. Have you tried this? Do you use this? Are you interested in it? Please put your comments down below. Or if you want to talk about, Starforge, please do that as well. That's a fair game, given that I brought it up. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying your coffee or your morning or your afternoon or your day, as I am. And thanks for stopping by. Take care. Thanks for watching.